What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, the Bad Diggity Dizzle, back with another New York Giant video. And in this video, we're going to talk about another former player that isn't too high on Joe Judge's methods and training schemes, and that is former linebacker Emmanuel Acho. And I don't know what Acho has ever won in his career. Maybe he won something, and I'm not aware of it. I do know he was part of the 2013 Giants on the practice squad, but he's come out and said that Joe Judge's methods are imbecilic and that the Giants are going to go 2-14 this year, and that he's sorry Giants fans have to deal with this, sorry that you got a bad coach and bad ownership and that you're not going anywhere and everything else. These methods do not work. They're used to teach on children and all this other stuff and not NFL players. This is what I want to know about this thing, okay? Number one, Shannon Sharpe opened his mouth, said something about it. I was fine with that. Now everybody's going to pile on. Once somebody does it once, it's easier for everybody else to pile on. This is the thing, okay? Why is it okay for a 16-year-old junior in high school to run laps? It's not okay for a 23-year-old adult who makes millions of dollars to run laps. Like, why? What's the difference? What is the difference? Because one is still impressionable. All these guys are impressionable. All these guys should be held to the same standard. That is what Joe Judge is doing here, okay? There is no one guy's higher than the team. This is why they don't have names on the back of their jerseys. This is why coaches have to run laps if they mess up. Is it unorthodox? Yes, okay, it definitely is. But let's face it, man, I don't know what the difference is. So you're trying to teach a high school kid by making him run laps if he messes up, but you can't do that at the NFL level. Why, man? It's the highest level of execution that there is. You should know what you're doing, okay? That's that simple. Bill Parcells, man, very tough head coach, right? They won 2 Super Bowls for him, okay? Tom Coughlin, very tough head coach. Authoritative disciplinarian coaches. That's what these guys were. They preached execution, and they wanted to see it day in and day out in practice and on the field. They won championships. Bill Belichick, very tough head coach, won 6 championships, right? Nick Saban, very tough head coach. These guys are all by the book. Perfectionists, get it right. How many championships has he won at Alabama? So I always find this funny, like these former players saying, this ain't going to work, that's not going to work, players aren't going to respond to that. Man, you don't know that. You don't know what the players are going to do. It depends on the player. Okay, Emmanuel Acho, it wouldn't have worked for you. You wouldn't have liked it, right? Shannon Sharpe, you wouldn't have liked it. Okay? But the fact of the matter, and I'm not even saying these guys like it, but it depends on the player on how they adapt to this and how they respond to this. Okay? Some players ain't going to like it. Some players are going to respond better to it than others. This stuff is unorthodox. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is, this team is terrible. And it has been terrible for years. So Judge is coming in here trying something different. We don't know how this is going to work. And I don't care what these former players say. They don't know. Because, again, it does not depend on what Emmanuel Acho would have responded to it or how Shannon Sharpe would have responded to it. It matters how a guy like Daniel Jones is going to respond to it, who had to run a lap today because he and Spencer Pulley were not on the same page, and they would have caused a false start, and he had to run a lap. Okay? Nobody is better than the team. No one person is above the rest of the team. This is what Joe Judge said going into this. It's almost like a boot camp scenario, okay, where if one person messes up, it's like the entire team messed up. They want them to be one solid unit and work together as a team. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So you got to get your weakest link on the same page with the stronger link so that you're a stronger team. Now, again, is this method going to work? Maybe. Is it not going to work? Maybe. We don't know. We haven't seen these guys against any competition. We haven't seen them on the field. We only see them in practice. Practice doesn't mean a lot to me. I don't know what it means. You can't get any film on. If Daniel Jones throws an interception, is that good for the defense? Is that bad for Daniel Jones? I mean, how do you decide what's good in practice and what's not? And how do you know how well that's going to work in the game? You don't until you play against live competition. We won't know that until we play the Steelers. So again, I just kind of wanted to put that out there. I'm not going to go really into great detail about this whole thing, but I don't think that Emmanuel Acho is going to be the last guy to say this is wrong, Joe Judge is doing it wrong, this is ridiculous. But I just want to know why there's a difference. Just because a guy is famous and makes millions of dollars, they're playing the same game. They're just playing it at a much higher level, right? Get on the same page. Do what you got to do. Execute. Don't make the same mistakes. Or you got to run a lap. So what? You're going to get in better shape for the season. That's all it is. Right? Look at Major League, right? He told Willie Mays Hayes to hit the ball on the ground. Every time he hit one in the air, he had to give him 20 push-ups. Willie Mays Hayes started hitting that ball on the ground, right? I'm just kidding about that. But anyway, well, I'm not. That's a great movie. But anyway, that's all I got in this video. Again, we don't know how these players are going to respond. So the former players can come out and say it's not going to work. It might not have worked for Emmanuel Acho. It might not have worked for Shannon Sharpe. Maybe it works for Daniel Jones. Maybe it works for Saquon Barkley. Maybe it doesn't. Only time will tell. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say in this video. Until next time, guys, by the way, I'll be live for the Lakers tomorrow night. Hope to see you there. It's the Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I am gone. Peace!